I remember some of my uncles and cousins coming to ask my father and my mother how they did it, how they managed to send us to school. But what I see these days breaks my heart. Some fathers and some mothers are so quick to push their daughters into the, arms or, men. They are too quick to, what's the word? Just relinquish their responsibilities. Oh, there's a man coming for their daughter's hand in marriage. And we have done a bit. Oh yeah, let this man take over. I'm not saying it's bad if a man that wants to marry a lady wants to, sponsor her education. But there is this sense of entitlement I see some parents and some siblings display these days. The man wants to marry your daughter, and then you are pushing the whole responsibility to him, and you are insisting that he trains your older children in school. You are insisting that he builds a house for you. Please, how do you people do that? Marriage is now seen as poverty alleviation scheme. A man wants to marry a lady and the whole family responsibility is resting on his shoulder, and you forget that that man has a father, has a mother, has siblings who also he's responsible for. We need to rethink some of the things we do as parents, as siblings. It's a different thing that a man or your son-in-law decides to, take some of the responsibilities of the father-in-law. But imposing your own responsibility on your son-in-law is totally wrong. It's wrong. Your daughter is your responsibility. Your son is your responsibility. It is no right for you to impose raising your children on your son-in-law, sponsoring their education, or sponsoring their business ideas. If your son-in-law, out of his magnanimity, out of the kindness of his heart, decides to step in, then a willing horse should not be ridden to death. A willing horse should not be ridden to death. Now marry, he come marry your daughter, sir. Now marry, he come marry your daughter. He did not commit any crime. So please, don't kill that young man. Don't put all your family burdens on him. Encourage your other children that are not married to do something. Encourage them to find something to do so that you reduce the burden. He is marrying your daughter. Don't kill your son-in-law with your family problems, sir. Mother-in-law, don't kill your son-in-law with your own problems. He will build a mansion for you. He will buy you a car. Other boys, other men are doing it. Do you know his financial capability? He is first of all responsible to your daughter. You should be concerned about him taking care of your daughter before you even bring up your own needs and your problems. Brothers, you need to do your findings. It's not a bad thing for you to help your in-laws if you are financially capable, if you have the financial capacity to. I am totally not against any young man getting married, take care of his in-laws if he can. But what I am totally against is the part of that entitlement where they say you must do this, you must build a mansion for your father-in-law, you must build a mansion for your mother-in-law, you must buy your father-in-law a car, you must buy your mother-in-law a car, you must train your sisters-in-law, your brothers-in-law in school, or set them up in business. Your son-in-law's responsibility is the wife, your daughter, that he is marrying, not all of you in that family. Bikonu, take it easy on these men. And sisters, some of you also join your families to put burdens on your husbands. Some of your husbands are carrying so much weight, carrying so much responsibilities. They are carrying the responsibilities of their immediate family, you, their wife, your children. He's carrying, or some of them are carrying the responsibilities of their own mothers, their fathers, their siblings. Take it easy on these men. There comes a time when you need to step in and tell your siblings and your parents, enough, give this man a breathing space. Let them call you whatever they want to call you. Shield your husband from your parents and your siblings, especially when you see that making a lot of demands on him. Protect your husband, sisters. If your husband did not come into the picture, if you did not get married, your parents and your siblings will be okay. They will not die of hunger. They will not die of hunger. If that your husband did not even show up in the picture at all, your siblings and your parents will be fine. They will live, they will survive somehow. So please, help your husbands. Protect your husbands. Shield your husbands from your families if they are drilling borehole in his pocket with your necessary demands. There's some families you marry, some men will marry and they'll be praying, God, how did I get myself involved in this kind of family? Don't let your husband pray that kind of prayer or ask God that kind of question. Please, help these men. Some of them are dying slowly. They can't even say it. And you're also putting pressure on your husbands. If you don't buy this for my mother, if you don't do this, this house will not contain two of us. Why? After God is your husband, after God is your wife, before your mother and your father and your siblings. That is the order of responsibility. Your husband is your first responsibility. Your wife is your first responsibility, not your father, your mother. Am I saying you shouldn't take care of your parents? Am I saying that your husband should not take care of his in-laws? Absolutely no. That's not what I'm saying. But please, if you notice that your parents are putting so much burden on your husband, step in and tell them to take it easy on your husband. Highest, they will say you are stingy. I just thought to share this. Okay, bye for now.